What's up, Gigi girl?
What is up? I haven't
Nothing much.
Forever. What's quarantine like? How have you been holding up?
In the beginning of quarantine, it was a bit hard. After things have rolled past, it got a bit easier. So I'm dealing pretty well. I'm just trying to make things happen while we in this quarantine, girl. Like, there's no work that stops.
You know, you don't get to do this every day. Usually days are packed with a whole lot of nothing. And I'm getting used to that, which is so not my vibe. Like, you're a busy bee, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm on set. I'm either at home handling emails or trying to figure out everything what's going on with my career, which is actually bubbling and happening really like quicker than I ever thought.
I'm thrilled to have kind of a first look at a really exciting project that you have going on right now. Can we see it? Can we like watch it? Is this allowed?
We could definitely get a sneak preview of it. I'm down for it too. Like, I haven't watched it yet either.
Oh, shut up. Your makeup, that red lip. Oh, shut up. This looks like a ball.
Yeah, it's giving like ball kind of / music video vibes.
Pose ball artistry. Legendary, even. This is epic for Lexus. Like, I feel like this is like a powerful moment.
It's huge, Gigi. I mean, I feel like it's something that we haven't done before. Word. Oh my God. I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, who is this?
I can't with you.
It was really fun working on the set itself. Like, it was really fun. The people that were there, the professionalism, but also being able to be personable. And the stylist was amazing. Her name is Kim Bowen. She's styled Janet Jackson. She styled so many artists. And I was really glad that I got to work with her. She's phenomenal.
Oh, you look so good.
It's that breakdown for me. Yeah.
It's too much. It's so good. Oh my God, and then you casually in the car. Not the wink at the end. Oh my God, that is epic.
Thank you.
Dying. How do you feel watching it for the first time? That's a 10 out of 10.
Girl, I mean, it feels good. It feels so good to just like see it in full entirety, just me living my life. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, Gigi, like, it just feels good to feel centered in a space. I'm at a loss for words, to be quite honest.
For real, like, seeing someone like you, as diverse as you are, as powerful as you are, as talented as you are, that is as much an MJ commercial as it is a Lexus commercial, and I'm obsessed with that. I'm here for that. People need to see that. People who aren't familiar with your story need to get into your story after watching a Lexus commercial. You know, it's gonna hit home with so many people that wouldn't have been able to share the same space. Do you know what I mean? I just live for moments like that.
I do. I agree 100%. I finally feel like it's time for people to see the piece of MJ that they haven't gotten to see. They've gotten to see a wonderful character that I portrayed on an amazing show that was directed by Ryan Murphy. But now they get to see also a piece of Michaela Jaé. They get to see MJ Rodriguez in her full entirety. And I'm happy about it. So thank you, girl.
So what was it like working with Kim Bowen? I mean, she's an iconic fashion stylist. And from the earrings to like the makeup, the hair, it was just so classic beauty. Like, I know how powerful I feel as a person and as a woman wearing a classic red lip. Like, there's almost nothing better that you could put on your lips. It just makes you feel like that classic, effortless, like, don't fuck with me beauty. And your hair was perfect. The headpiece was gorgeous. Like, tell me all about the styling and the makeup.
Whew, okay, so from the beginning, it was an amazing experience with Kim Bowen and her beautiful assistants. Like, we just went through a whole slew of styles, a whole slew of her ideas. And mind you, she'll get one piece and then she'll put many other pieces to it. And she'll just build this whole outfit, this whole fantastic outfit. And she was an amazing personality. And then to see what she put on me, I was like, oh, I get it. I see what your personality exemplifies on the mannequins that you have in front of you. Because honey, I'm a vessel and I love to be a mannequin for somebody. I'm not mad at it.
Like, put it on me, it's all you.
Come on. drive me. You know, that's how I feel. Like, I'm like, it's a Lexus commercial. I want people to feel like they can drive this car. From the crown to finding out that they had to like glue those pieces on, and to see the belts that she layered belts on top of belts. It was just, I felt like a gladiator. I felt like a strong, like, gladiator Amazon.
It came
across figure.
It looked so like, just nothing like I had ever really seen before. And I'm obsessed with that. So hats off to Kim Bowen, obviously.
Hats off to Kim Bowen.
About the car, I was kind of living for the car. I always find it interesting because I kind of am semi a car girl. Like, I love a look, a sleekness, like innovation of lights or seats or whatever it may be. And I feel like this was a very futuristic look for a Lexus. Like, I feel that. How did you feel when you first saw the car that you basically are the face of, the Lexus IS?
Well, I loved it. I mean, you know, I felt like the car was a piece of me as far as like the aesthetic of it. I'm naturally like MJ. Michaela is naturally a sporty girl, you know, like she's fast, she's driven, she's ambitious, she's a go-getter. And I felt like that car, it was exactly what was right in front of my face. I mean, the sleekness, like you said, to the metallic colors that come with it, to the leather interior that's inside of it, every single last thing.
I love it. Yeah, the end shot with your red lip and the wink and the red interior was very, dare I say, iconic. Like, honestly. And at the end, it just says like, experience amazing. You could think of it so many ways, automotively, emotionally, physically. I felt kind of like chills about that. Like, what does that mean to you?
What experience amazing means is literally get to dive down the rabbit hole with me and get to know me, and also dive down the rabbit hole with this new amazing car that's out and drive fast for both of us. It just was literally a collaborative, collective. Like, I felt like I was infused with the car itself. So come experience me. It's so much more of me that's gonna be here, and I want you to experience every single last bit of it.
There's so many car brands out there. You know, there's so many makes, so many models. Why Lexus? Like, what made you choose to partner with them for this campaign?
I wanted to partner with Lexus because they're a wide, world-known, amazing car company that puts out cars that are not really like any other car, you know, and I like the way their cars ride. They're smooth. When it's going fast, even if you're pushing 60 or pushing 80, it's a smooth ride. It's not like bumpy or anything. So it's an experience when you're driving. It's not just a regular, you know, hoopty where you just like trying to get to where you got to go to. At least you can experience something. That's why when you mention experience amazing, that's what it is. The experience, not just the aesthetic of the car, but what the car can do. So that's one of the reasons why I joined them, because their cars can do a lot of amazing things.
Hell yeah. So you being the first Afro-Latina trans woman to represent a major automotive brand in a TV spot, that must feel pretty major. That's groundbreaking. So how does that feel to have that title?
Gigi girl, it feels surreal. It feels extremely surreal to be the first Afro-Latina woman to be a part of an amazing, amazing company like Lexus. It's hard to explain. It's never been done before, so I don't even have the words to express how happy I am that I'm actually just like trailing away from many other girls like me, both of us obviously, but just being a part of this company and this partnership and trailing away for girls like me to just have a spot and have a time to be seen, know that they are able to get the chance to be seen in this light. And for it to be me, it's a blessing. I told you earlier that I feel like I'm the vessel for a lot of important things that need to be happening. And if I can be that vessel for change, I'm down. So it feels great. I feel like I'm a part of history in another way and a part of change in another way. And I like it and I want more of it.
I couldn't have said that better myself. I feel so proud for you. You are doing the damn thing. And I feel that visibility is just the number one thing, you know, like just yourself, even for a car, even for a commercial, let alone a show, which you've done, which you literally have changed the world with. You've changed history and the textbooks with, but this is just a whole nother lane. Like, you are the first person, the first trans Afro-Latina person to do this. And I feel just really, really proud. I feel proud of our community. I feel proud of the people who are gonna see it, the little girls out there, the little boys, the little people, and just the next generation, you know? Like, it's honestly like, next, bring on the next thing, because you know, now the commercial is done. So like, let's keep it going, because the visibility never, ever, ever stops.
Nope, it doesn't. It doesn't. We have to keep our faces out there as much as we can, girl.
So for over a decade, I know Lexus has been making LGBTQ ad spots and content. And this year they decided to run the campaign around you. How does that feel? Like, I know you are the first, I know it's fabulous, but like, is there any pressure that comes along with that?
The first moment I found out that we were partnering together was surreal. I didn't ever think in a million years that I would be doing or even partnering or being the face for a car ad. Like, that's never been thought, but I've always strived for it. So when I saw that we were partnering, it only reminded me of, okay, there are people in this world who want to make change, who are willing to work and just keep dishing it out there for people to see how not only am I just a Afro-Latina trans woman, but I'm a woman, and how hard it is for any woman to get a spot on a commercial in general. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just a hard navigation when it comes to that. But Lexus always seems to navigate pretty well. And the moment I stepped foot in the styling station to makeup and then onto the set, it really solidified that this is happening, MJ. This is not just a dream. This is something that's really happening, and it's happening for a cause. It's happening for a reason. And the lineage of what Lexus have done before that, it just speaks volumes for what they're doing now for women who are also trans. So it was a great moment for me. And I feel exuberated. I feel strong, I feel empowered, and not only just like seeing this for the first time, it feels like I'm loved on. It feels like I'm being loved on the right way. I'm not just this stereotypical stigma creature that was created around us for so long. I'm just a human, I'm just a person, and who's an artist on top of that. So it feels good.
It should. I feel all those words. I feel ecstatic. I feel loved on. My community feels loved on. I know so many people are going to feel validated by this commercial. And like, this is something that people need to see. This is important. This is not just another ad spot. This is a brand who, you know, may have consumers and customers that don't share the same values as their ad spots, you know, do. And I think that's a really great way to weed out the negativity and keep all the positivity that we need so desperately. Did you know the tone you wanted to set with the commercial beforehand, or did it kind of just hit you when you had the styling moment and when you had that kind of pinch me moment when you walked on set?
So it's crazy. So you have MJ Rodriguez, who's like the actress. She's the girl who has like it pulled together as the actress. And then you have Michaela Jaé, and she's like the artist. She's the one who knows what she wants. She knows what she wants to get. She knows how she wants to have it done. And but doesn't really say it, just does it. It's not like demanded. It's just something that I feel like Michaela Jaé has to do. And if we all collectively come together as one and see how it's pushed forward, then work. And I think that's what it was with this. I had already had an idea of how I wanted to present myself as the artist that's on the screen that we see now. It was only up to me to see what Lexus was also gonna bring to the table too, because in a partnership in general, it always has to be collaborative. It can't just be one person. So even though I brought
you what to do and what to say,
exactly. So of course I brought myself to the table, but also Lexus turned it out and brought themselves to the table too as a great team. So that was the pinch me moment for me. When I walked in there, I was like, okay, I knew this was legit and I was bringing my legit side, but I didn't know it was going to be this legit. Like, it's legit. So it felt great.
So Lexus, and I feel car companies sometimes, just to play the little devil's advocate, sometimes can be put in a box. You know, they're selling a car, they want you to see the car. Have you ever felt put in a box? And then how also did you break out of that?
Yeah, I felt many a times that I was placed in a box. Earlier on in my acting career, there was always this word called specific. You're very specific. And I was always like, well, what the hell is specific? Because there are a lot of people out here that are specific. So can you be a little bit more clear? Because I'm not that girl to you know, teeter and totter around.
I'm actually not, but okay, keep on.
Right. But if that's what you're saying, then so be it. Okay. So when I would hear that, I was like, this is another one of the boxes that I feel like I'm systemically being put into, and I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm gonna step outside of it. And if you get a little worried, you better come on my side, or you stay over there, because you stay safe. I like jumping off of cliffs and seeing that there's water down there to dive into.
Be what it may be, pick a side.
Right. So, I've been placed in a box so many times, but the way I stepped outside of them was not abruptly, not in demanding, but doing it on my own terms and doing it as smoothly as I could, but still making it poignant, making it potent too, so people can be like, oh, that was strong. You did that. I'm like, okay, yes. You know, that's the way I stepped outside. And
I love that.
Right? And coming into Lexus, like we've all said, they've always stepped outside of the box. And yes, they've been put in the box many a times, but stepping outside of the box with a new stamina in a car, with a new physique, with a new idea of what this car is going to do for a people, and obviously upgrades and everything that comes along with it, that resonated with me. And well, all I can say is they definitely stepped out of the box again. And I'm glad that I could be outside that box with them.
We've both, and all of us that are watching this, have had to kind of live behind a mask, so to say, and just not really be who we truly are, whether that be in style, performance, authenticity, whether it's with a loved one, a friendship, a family member. How do you work through having to have that mask on? Because even though you are the most authentic, literally, that you can be right now, and you are so vocal and so out, there are moments, it's only human nature, that we still have to kind of hide a part of who we are. How do you fight through that? How do you fight through that feeling?
I fight through that, and I live through it simply by just acknowledging that this is what it's gonna be. For instance, I'm an actress and I'm on Pose and I'm portraying this mother, I'm portraying this character who's totally different from MJ Rodriguez, who's totally different from Michaela Jaé. And that mask is something that it's hard to bear, because I have to step out of her and I have to go home and I have to, peel back from the layers of Blanca and go back into who MJ is and live her regular life. And it makes sense that Lexus does this with a luxury kind of style car and also a performance style car, because I guess the luxury is the place where you get to live and be comfortable in yourself, but the performance aspect is like on the stage, here, machine, ready to go. So I guess I tied both of those things within myself and was like, okay, well, yeah, there's a time to perform and there's a time to sit back and just, sit pretty and be cute, So it can be hard too. It can be very hard when you are portraying these two different types of personas too. As an actress, it's hard to step out of the character sometimes. Sometimes you're deeply rooted into it.
Especially one as deep as yours on Pose. I feel like that is such an intense role. And like, I can relate with that a little bit, because as, personality ultimately, and I don't really know how I feel about that personality. It's like, you got to be overly on, you know how that feels. You got to really give it 100%. And then sometimes you feel drained, and it's like, I wasn't being really like who I was, because I was being too on. I was being, sucked dry to a sense. And it's really about my balance, is just finding those times to really like level up and level out evenly and be like, where's the real me? Like, where's the real Gigi for this sense? Like, I'm not an actress on a show. I'm not playing someone completely different, but in some senses of the term I am, you know, we all are, if we're not personalities or whatever, just in our life or at our job or with our family or whatever it may be. So I think it all is about rolling it back and really doing what you like to level out so you can live a healthy life and not be, you know, run dry.
Exactly. Knowing your energy source, knowing how to outpull it and give it to what you love, and knowing when to pull back on something that you're interested in, but it doesn't necessarily have to be pulled into that. And I think the best part about this was we were both interested. Listen, I'm always down for a collaborative moment, so I'm gonna always talk about partnerships, honey. That's just like, that's what she's giving right now. But I feel like Lexus knew that. Like I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to be a part of amazing opportunities. But this time it felt like, from what I've seen Lexus do in so many different ways, this time it felt like I was stepping out with them, they were stepping out with me, and we showed the other side of us. Like, we showed that other performative aspect of us versus what we've given before, and we can live in both of them. It's like intersectionality, it's like duality. You can jump back and forth between the two, still know your limits between the two, and also know how different they are. So it was really good.
So now that we're in a new year, 2021, how are you gonna go all in, starting with this ad spot?
Well, I feel like for 2021, I'm just not gonna hold back from myself anymore. I've held back for a very long time and catered to a lot of individuals simply because that's just me. And I'm probably gonna do it for the rest of my life. But I'm pulling back a little bit from that, and I'm going to step into myself a little bit more for 2021. And I can't wait for people to see who MJ really is, who Michaela Jaé really is. And I think they're gonna love it. And I'm glad I'm stepping out on faith with Lexus because they took that leap of faith with me, and I'm appreciative of that. So that's what's happening in 2021.
What was it like sitting in the car? Because I'm sure you were one of the first people in the world to sit in this car. What can it do that other cars can't? I want to get into it.
Okay, so I would say stepping into the car, just as far as the comfortability of the car, it's extremely lavish, but I think more than anything, it's a sporty car. So it's full drive, it's fast, it's also very smooth. This car is something that stands the test of time. It's something that a lot of people would want in their driveway because it's a different kind of experience. It's not just like every other car.
So the commercial, obviously, so you're talking about performance with the Lexus, you're talking about style. Obviously, the two worlds are really important to the both of us. Like that style, that swag, if you will, that a car has, that a person has. You want that, but you also want statistics like horsepower and all of those, the numbers. Like, you obviously want that. So do you feel like you ever had to balance more than one world at a time when it comes to style and performance?
Yes, definitely. I've always felt like, and when I say always, I really mean that I've always felt like I had to balance style and performance. I always say it's important when it comes to the puzzle piece. Those things coincide together. They just don't live on their own, especially when it comes to a performer or an artist. So I've always had to make sure that one coincides with the other so that it looks good with what's going to be happening on the stage. And I think that's what Lexus did with this car, except the stage. Not only was it for the aesthetics, but like you said, it has horsepower. It has a full drive. It's sleek, but it's fast. It exemplifies ambition. That's what I had to do simply with style as well. I had to make sure that it looked ambitious. It looked like it was moving forward and pushing the needle forward. And yeah, it's hard sometimes because sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it's like, oh snap, did I do that right? You know, or sometimes it's a hit and you're like, damn, I really turned that out. So yeah, it's always a balancing act or a tightrope act with me as far as styling and performance. But from my experience, I would say it always comes out pretty good.
Yeah, it's all about that balance. I hate when I feel like something took the back seat and I'm like, oh, I really wasn't myself because I was so focused on the performance aspect and not the style, or vice versa. but it really came across as like a full balanced act.
Thank you.
So what's next for you and Lexus?
Oh yeah, there's definitely more, girl. I'm speaking that into the existence, and also, we just gonna have to keep it on the wraps though, because I feel like there's so many things that are gonna be happening with this partnership, and I cannot complain.
Respect. I respect that. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm stoked. I'm so stoked. Congratulations again, and this is something that I really just wanted to put out there for my YouTube channel, and I just really want this to live on within my content as well, because it is so important. Like, people really need to see this, they need to feel it, they need to relate with it. You know, most importantly, this just needs to be in the world, and I'm so happy that it is. So congrats again.
Thank you. And also, if I can tell you, thank you to you. I mean, I've been watching you for a very, 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 very long time. And just to be able to sit on here and share the stage with you is an amazing, amazing opportunity. And here's to many more times we see each other over in LA, girl. I'm going to be coming over there pretty soon, so I can't wait till I see you.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's going to be a new day. So thank you, Gigi, for all that you do and all that you've done.
I love you. Thanks for saying that. I really do. Love you.
Thank you.